Congress leader, Sandeep Dikshit. He's joining us on this broadcast. Sandeep ji, welcome. I want to start by asking you about how serious you think the Congress is about fighting Delhi, because ultimately what happens in Delhi will depend to a great extent on how badly or how well the Congress does. You're currently at about 4%. If this goes up beyond 10, it could be damaging and disastrous for the Aam Aadmi Party. If it stays low, it's advantage to up. How do you, as one of the key players in the Delhi Congress, see the macro preparation of the Congress party building up to the February elections?
I think the point that you made, that we were at 3 or 4%, and if we go up to 10 to 14%, we will be damaging up. First of all, I want to make a small change there. We are on the rise without doubt, and Congress's votes are going to go up substantially. I don't want to argue with you whether it's going to be 10%, 14%. We have our own estimates and people can have their own estimates. But this time, as people normally expect that whenever we will add votes, it will primarily be our voters who've gone to the Aam Aadmi Party who will come back. There would be a large number from there. But from the way in which Delhi is talking about development, the way Delhi is looking almost longingly for the kind of Delhi Sheila ji left in 2013, there is a very large voter base that had gone from us to the BJP. That are people who are also looking for better roads, better air, better water, better infrastructure. A lot of that will also come back to us. So if we are pulling in votes, it's not that we're going to get all 100% votes from the Aam Aadmi Party. I think a large amount would also be coming to us from the BJP. So this thing that if we are on the rise, it will only going to damage the Aam Aadmi Party, I think that's, in this election, that's not the case. It may have been the case in some other elections, but here we're going to pull in votes from both the political parties.
Sandeep ji, you've been MP from East Delhi. You have pockets of support there. If you'd contested from East Delhi, you would have arguably had an easier time into the assembly. Yet you've chosen to turn it into a gladiatorial battle against the incumbent chief minister. Now, Arvind Kejriwal beat your mother, Sheila ji, 3-time chief minister of Delhi. Is this in some ways personal for you? He beat your mom and now you want to beat him?
No. I don't think it's personal. Ultimately, everything is personal. If something is professional, it's also personal for you. But the thing is, if you are in politics, you should always know that there are times when you will win and there are times in which you will lose. So I don't think winning or losing matters so much. I mean, I've been in a political family. I've seen 1977. I've seen 1989. I've seen a lot of comings and goings. So I don't think that matters to me more. I think the reason that I'm fighting New Delhi is really my party's decision. I think they thought that it is time that we confront what Aam Aadmi Party has been peddling. I have been a continuous critique of the Aam Aadmi Party, talking about them, the way they performed and their claims over the last 7 to 8 years. So I think they thought that probably I'm in a better position to critique Mr. Kejriwal, both as an MLA and as a chief minister. And since I've also been involved in the elections in New Delhi in 1998 and 2003, after that I became an MP, so I was less involved in New Delhi. I also had a bit of a context of New Delhi. I think these are the reasons they put me here. And therefore, this is actually a time when Congress is on the upsurge. I think we are getting a lot of traction in places. What we are saying is finally being heard. So in many ways, when you say the same thing in New Delhi, it gets a traction, people hear about it. And we are able to almost, as you say, take the bull by the horns.
But in the context of the Indian voter, doesn't this appear a bit of Noora Kushti, like shadow boxing? Because the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress were allies in the general election. You were almost allies in Haryana before, at the last stage, talks were called off. So the Delhi voter thinks, boss, they're on the same side of the political fence and yet at this moment are flinging these punches at each other. How real is this? Because the real battle is versus the BJP. That's the real battle. Here they're like, okay, these guys are, some frenemies.
Okay, wait. Yeah. But let me give you my logic, and that is also the logic of the Delhi Congress. See, our logic is that why did we come together in the Lok Sabha elections? The Aam Aadmi Party was not with us in 2015, it was not with us in 2019. It bitterly fought both the Congress and the BJP, in fact, much more the Congress in the Lok Sabha elections. Over a period of time from about 2018-19, especially in the time when Mr. Gandhi went on his Bharat Jodo Yatra, he started articulating a particular critique of the Modi government, towards which I think a lot of opposition parties sort of came together, found that there is a common agenda, and we need to rest our local differences and come together for a Lok Sabha election. In Delhi also, we knew that there's a lot of common voter who does not like the BJP, who may sometimes get divided between the AAP and us. So if we fight each other, it won't be really fair. Keeping the fact that removing the BJP government, according to all of us, is an important thing for national welfare, we came together. But when I come down to Delhi, and remember, this was a national coalition. It is not a coalition for state. It's also Gopal Rai, the Aam Aadmi Party president, who first announced almost unilaterally that the Aam Aadmi Party would be fighting alone, even before Congress made any public announcement. For us, just as we find that Narendra Modi is detrimental to and harmful for national interest, we find Kejriwal is something who's damaged and destroyed this city, and his continued rule in Delhi would be disastrous. So I think because apart from being voters and congressmen, we are also citizens of this city. We also want a better city. We want a more developed city. And therefore, we find that just as, Modi is not good for India, we find Kejriwal to be somebody who has to be politically taken out of this. So for us, it's a battle for Delhi. And of course, it's also a political battle. So there could be some contradiction which people may think, but I think in reality, there is no contradiction. And people do see the difference between Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha elections. Right. I mean, Delhi has voted separately. If you remember, 2019, they gave us many, many more votes than they gave to the Aam Aadmi Party. We came a very good second in 5 of the 7 seats, and in 2 other seats, because of some local issues, BJP came, Aam Aadmi Party came second. And when it came to the Vidhan Sabha elections, they gave a very huge mandate to AAP, almost ignoring the Congress. So I think voters know what parties stand for and what they are voting for.
I want to ask you about all the charges that you've been making against the Aam Aadmi Party. You're accusing them of collecting sensitive personal data, but any party that runs any scheme, which is this guarantee card, which interestingly was started by the Congress in 2017, when your then Chief Minister Amrinder Singh came out with this guarantee card. So it's coming from there. Congress governments have done it as well, yet you're accusing them of violating privacy by collecting this sensitive personal data?
Okay, let me get to that. What is it that they were collecting? Just give me a couple of state my point. Some time back, they came up with the fact that they are coming up with a scheme of getting 2,100 rupees to every woman every month. And fair enough, every party is allowed to make promises. What will happen after that to that promise? That is something between their voters and them. No issue. You can promise the sun and the moon and the sky, and no other opposition party can object to that. But we were making an objection on another ground. We were saying that how come, after having made a similar promise in Punjab, you never implemented it? Not a pie has gone to women there. It's been 2.5 years of Punjab government. Similarly, having spoken of a scheme like this in Punjab, how come you never did it in Delhi? And that's the argument on which we were criticizing and critiquing the Aam Aadmi Party. Then suddenly there is a press conference, I'm sure you may have footage of that, and correct me if I'm wrong, in which Atishi ji, the Chief Minister, addresses along with Mr. Kejriwal standing there. And she makes a statement saying that there is a scheme already in place where every Delhi woman would get 1,000 rupees in her pocket. And once they come back to power, they will increase it from 1,000 to 2,100. I think I very clearly heard this. So it was clear that there is an existing scheme on which either forms have been filled or names have been selected or beneficiaries have already been listed, because she said that money is going to come into your pocket. A day after that, Delhi government itself comes out with an advertisement saying that no such scheme exists, no forms have been created, what you are filling in or what anybody is filling it is a fraud. Now, they use the word dhokadhari in Hindi, or what is called fraud in English, which is a very, very serious allegation. So government of Delhi is telling us that their chief minister, what she is talking about, that there is a scheme of 1,000 rupees, is not existing there, in a sense saying that she is lying. And therefore, Aam Aadmi Party people going place to place, making people sign on forms and taking data, is of a scheme that does not exist and on forms on which no further payments can be made. Because the advertisement said that if such a scheme comes, these are not the forms on which data will be corrected. Now, that is where a fraud is occurring. See, you can give a form promising a scheme and saying that we are promising you, would you like to sign this form? Fair enough. But if you're saying that it is on this data, on this form, on this information, and that card that they gave, which had an Aam Aadmi Party Jhadu symbol on it, you will get a scheme benefit, that is patently wrong. Rahulji, you will agree with me that no development scheme form in this country ever has this symbol of a political party on it. Lot of political party people will get Aadhaar forms filled, will get pension form filled, but the forms will be those issued by the government. The forms will not have either a lotus or a jhadu or a hand or any other symbol on it. And that is, I think, where the fraud took place. So while telling people that we are taking data for you, we are making lists of a scheme or of a coming scheme. I think that is where the fraud was, and which is what I went to the Lieutenant Governor for. And all I asked I did not tell the Lieutenant Governor, you prosecute them. I asked the Lieutenant Governor to make an inquiry. If what I am claiming is correct, if what is being published in the advertisement is correct, then kindly take action after that.
Sandeep ji, you were known for pushing a strong development, or what in politics is called an NGO agenda, while you were member of parliament. Would you concede that when it comes to pushing a welfare, pro-people's agenda, the Aam Aadmi Party has some significant achievements to their name? While Sheila ji was known for a lot of development work, a lot of physical infrastructure got built up during her term, do you concede that on education, on healthcare, the Aam Aadmi Party has some significant achievements to its name?
No, not at all. In fact, Rahulji, I would urge you, this is not the time because this is a very short time. In fact, I was just hearing Sanjay Singh ji. I just happened to be on the last 3-4 minutes, and when he was peddling out a large number of numbers on the infrastructure scheme, and I can tell you, if you give me an opportunity separately, give me a couple of hours to prepare, maybe tomorrow, day after, in case you feel it's worth it. Almost each of the numbers that he was talking about is erroneous. Not only that, 80% of their claims on education and health are incorrect. Because, you see, what they are saying is that they have transformed a particular sector. And I can prove to you substantially that they have not transformed any sector. They've in fact only marginally, and I'm saying marginally, improved on the tremendous gains that the 15 years of Congress rule did before them. You give me time. This is not the time. I don't want to take a lot of your time. But if you give me time, even 20 to 30 minutes, I'll prove definitely to you that even in the two areas of health and education that they keep touting, they have done nothing transformative. They've only done additive work on the Congress agenda, and in fact, many areas slowed down the progress in education and health that happened during that period. And I'm saying, I'm willing to be corrected. You look at my data, you get your team to assess, and each of the data points that I'll give you are those that have been published by documents even today available on the net of the Kejriwal government.
Okay, we can do a follow-up. There's only Delhi till February, so we'll have plenty of opportunities, Sandeep ji, to have you back and to talk about it. We're now seeing the Aam Aadmi Party threaten to speak to allies about throwing the Congress out of the India alliance. How do you look at that? Because Ajay Makan called Kejriwal anti-national. They say this is unacceptable unless he backpedals and the Congress apologizes. They want Congress out of India alliance.
Well, I think that that I don't take seriously. They can wish what they want. In any case, it's a matter between my senior leaders and the anybody in the alliance would really take that seriously. Look, the India alliance was formed, especially in Delhi, on a national agenda, on the Lok Sabha elections. Okay, and wherever we have fought with the India alliance parties, or in the recent held elections also, all of them have been through alliances that have been done before the India alliance came up. I mean, Maharashtra, we were in partnership with NCP and the group, an alliance with Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. All the alliances have by and large been the same as they were before, I think, except maybe Bihar and a couple of other places. And wherever we have not had any pre-Lok Sabha election alliances in the states, no new alliances have come up in the states. So what we are doing today, I don't think in any sense is contradicting what the India alliance escaped. They never said that this alliance will extend to state alliances, except the fact that obviously there are in the states.
One last question before I let you go, and I also welcome now Manoj Tiwari, the Member of Parliament from Northeast Delhi, BJP stalwart from the capital. Sandeep ji, one last question about the BJP, of the Congress being called the B team of the BJP. That's very rare. You've called different parties B team of BJP. This is the one occasion where AAP is calling the Congress the B team of the BJP.
Well, I think AAP is in a bit of a fix. They don't know what the hell is happening. As I said, we are pulling in their votes and we are pulling in BJP votes. I think that's why they are in trouble. But let me clearly ask kind of evidence. You may remember, it's on my phone, and I don't know how to show that. I'll send you this clip. Maybe you can use that. Long time ago on their website, they had come up with this photograph which said that, PM Modi, Modi for PM and Kejriwal for CM. Now, that's not a photograph that I had shown. I don't know whether this will appear on your TV or not, but this is the stuff that was from a party with the BJP. At least the Congress never said that. The other thing is, look at the track record of the elections of Aam Aadmi Party. They go to Haryana, but when they go to Haryana, they cut our votes, they make Congress lose and they make BJP win. They go to Uttarakhand, they cut Congress votes, they make BJP win, they make Congress lose. They go to Gujarat, they cut our votes, they ensure BJP's very, very impressive victory there and make Congress lose. They go to Goa, they do exactly the same thing. Wherever BJP has gone into elections, give me one example of where their cutting of votes or their 1% or 2% votes has ever damaged the BJP. Secondly, if they are really a self-respecting party, call themselves a national party, why don't they go to other states? Why have they never gone to Bengal? Why don't they fight elections in Tamil Nadu? Why don't they go to Odisha? Why haven't they gone to Andhra Pradesh? They have only gone and fought elections where Congress is either the number one or the number two party, so that they can cut our votes and ensure a BJP's victory.
तो ऐसा तो नहीं कि आप सोच रहे हो कि इन्होंने हमें हराया गोवा में, उत्तराखंड में, अब हम इन्हें हराएंगे. इन्होंने हमें हरवाया, अब इनको हरवाएंगे.
नहीं, वो नहीं है. No, that's not the logic. Thing is, they are doing what they believe is important for them. We will do what is politically important for us. We need to reestablish ourselves in the states that were once our states. Delhi today is talking about Mrs. Dikshit's rule. So I think it's a legitimate time that we reclaim our spaces. Any other party can do that. I'm only countering and saying that when they do things that directly damage us, in fact, they are almost proving that they are BJP's B team, whatever a B team means.
Okay.
Give me one instance where we would have done that directly benefiting them. But as I said, they have a legitimate reason to fight Uttarakhand and Gujarat. How come we don't have a legitimate reason to fight Delhi?
Okay, that's why it's called the dangal. Everyone's out to get each other, and you're saying